Let's go! Commanders fans, I am back yet again with another Jaden Daniels breakdown, and I can't believe this guy put together a touchdown drive without even throwing a freaking pass. We start off here with the Deebo end around, but the most fascinating thing about this play to me wasn't necessarily Deebo here or even Jayden, but it's Kliff Kingsbury doing what he does best, which is what is called an overload. Now, normally, when you think of an overloaded side of the line of scrimmage, you think of an offensive lineman going from one side to the other, putting three offensive linemen to the right or to the left of a center. But that's not, or this isn't technically an overload, but what Kliff can do is he'll put two tight ends and pin them in at the line of scrimmage right next to one another. And one thing that the Commanders did a lot of last year was putting four guys to the right of the center and actually running away from it. But here, they're actually running to it, right? So, as a Bengals defender, you're thinking maybe this run actually is going to the left. But now, when you actually do hand it off to the right side, you have an extra hat over here to block. So, watch what actually happens here because there is an attached handoff or action handoff to the left side. Watch what Jayden does. I mean, this is a really good piece of guile. I say guile and creativity. It's actually just really good ball handling. He hands it off with his left and actually holds out a right-handed fake. And look at what this does, right? Two unblocked guys going to the running back that's not even getting the football. And now you have 1, 2, 3 guys to block, three guys right here, and all Deebo needs to do is just make a miss. Now, what's very interesting about this is Bates makes a good decision right here. His job right here is to chip and then go to the next level. He times it perfectly, right? It's a risky thing. 58 is left unblocked. Bates is able to get Alec Burks, nice linebacker from the Eagles Super Bowl team last year. Good block by 82 on the outside. And Deebo doing what he did in San Francisco. So the reason why this offense works is because of Jayden Daniels, right? He is the number one reason. But what you're about to see here is one of the most intricate run designs I can remember seeing in the NFL, which opens up a gaping hole for Chris Rodriguez to gain all these yards. So I think what makes this Commanders' performance so interesting isn't necessarily who's on the field, but who isn't, with the Brian Robinson and Terry McLaurin situations happening. All right, I can do an entire 20-minute video on this being my favorite run design I have ever seen in the NFL. Now, once again, all of this works a lot better because the Bengals defense does suck, and Jayden Daniels is that guy. But holy crap, this truly is evil mad scientist stuff. So TLDR is basically every blocker on this six-man surface crisscrosses. So 72 blocks here. The tight end blocks here. Right guard blocks down on the shade. Center goes to the second level. Left guard blocks down. And left tackle goes to the second level. So basically you're making X's across the way. But we'll get to over here in just a second. Now, the reason why this is a very risky way to block this play is because you're leaving both the interior defenders who are right on the line of scrimmage unblocked for half a second. So they could just fire off and just blow this up. So it's very, 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 very risky. But when you're in pistol, to me, the reason why I like pistol so much when you're running out of shotgun is that we don't know which way the running back is going to go, where it's a little bit easier when you're to the right or to the left. And it's also risky because you're trapping essentially two different defensive tackles. So you can see the crisscross beginning to happen. Left guard comes out here, left tackle climbs. So let's see how they do. All right, boom and boom. Okay, you get a little help that the linebacker goes to the opposite way and you're able to seal here to the backside. So those blocks are perfect. Now, let's go to the second most difficult crisscross right here. We have the center going to here and the right guard blocking down on the shade. This is very, very tricky to do, and, well, it is done to perfection. Okay, boom. And now we need right guard to climb and get to the linebacker. And look at that. Boom. Okay, kind of reaches, all right, a little sloppy right there, but he does seal him, and look at this hole for him to run through. Now, we get to me, the single most intricate part of this play. It's the tight end and the right tackle flipping, and the tight end has a difficult block of blocking the 3-tech, right? He's given up a lot of weight in this situation, but watch what actually happens. If you're a 3-tech and you see that this guard is blocking down, okay? Obviously, it does help. It looks as if the Bengals might have a stunt to the left being called. You're kind of in a weird spot, right? Normally, when you block down or if there is a puller, the center is coming to block you. Or if he is blocking down, the tackle is coming down to block you. Rarely is the 3-tech the design person that you're trapping. Normally, it's the in man on the line of scrimmage, right? Oregon tried to do this versus Nick Fairley in the national championship game versus Cam Newton and that Auburn team, and it didn't really work because Nick Fairley was that good. But you can see this defensive tackle is reaching in both directions, and he's like, holy crap, I'm unblocked. But he's not unblocked because Bates, the tight end here, has to do something that is so interesting. You can see he actually waits and steps to the right to think that this could be just a pull or just a handoff here to the right. But instead, he's actually trapping here, giving the DT an illusion that he has basically no one blocking him. And now he's got to crash down hard right here to get this critical block, and he times it absolutely perfect. 3 technique is in a world of hell. Now, the reason why this works and why you want to do this and why the timing of this is important is on these kind of zone plays, what you do want on these stretches is over-penetration from the defensive line because it just opens up these gaping holes that much wider. So we want them shooting upfield thinking they have a chance to make this play in the backfield, but you really don't. And that is just perfectly blocked. You could not block this any better. These second-level blocks could have been a little cleaner, but they got enough to give this hole for Rodriguez to run through, and that's basically all she wrote. So there was a trap play that went for no yards, and then we get to play number 4, and really, is there really any need for me to give commentary on poetry in motion? This is Rembrandt painting with a brush. Jaden Daniels, a little hopscotch. Whoo, Nelly. Look at this man. There's nobody like him. Well, there's one guy like him, and I think you know who that is. But Jaden Daniels, I mean, it's just so hard to get a good lick on him. And I understand this is the worst defense in the NFL, but man, I think this is the best offense in the NFC with the best quarterback in the NFC, and I think the Commanders and the Eagles are the 2 best teams in the NFC. Don't come at me with the Rams and the 49ers and all of that. Give me 5, baby, all day, every freaking day. So, my thoughts on this offense, it is interesting. No Terry, no B-Rob, no problem. Obviously, preseason. But you guys let me know what you think of this film study. So good to be back. And bam, should you be worried about this NFC East quarterback? I don't know. It is Power Hour NFL. Boom! Tonight, we're doing steaks.